You're in a meeting, and someone shares a brilliant insight. You think, I need to remember this, so you jot it down. 3 weeks later, you're working on a project where that insight would be perfect, but you have no idea where you wrote it. Was it in your notebook, a random Google Doc, that Notes app on your phone? Sound familiar? Today, we're breaking down the code framework, a simple 4-step system that stops you from losing valuable information and helps you use what you learn. We'll explain what code stands for, look at research on why your working memory needs external support, and give you 4 practical ways to start using code today. Code stands for capture, organize, distill, and express. Created by productivity expert Tiago Forte, it's a framework for building what he calls a second brain, an external system that captures your knowledge so your actual brain can focus on thinking, not remembering. Here's the thing. Your brain wasn't designed to be a filing cabinet. It's designed to make connections, solve problems, and create new ideas. But when it's cluttered with trying to remember everything, it can't do its best work. Let's break down each step in the code framework. Capture means saving information that resonates with you. Not everything, just what sparks ideas, could be useful later, or makes you think, I want to remember this. An article that changes how you think about a problem, a quote from a podcast that hits differently, a technique a colleague mentioned that you want to try. Organize is about creating a system where you can actually find what you captured. But here's the kicker. You don't organize by topic. You organize by when you'll use it. Think projects you're working on now, areas of ongoing responsibility, resources for later, and archives for completed work. Distill means extracting the essence. You're not keeping the entire 20-page article. You're pulling out the 3 insights that matter. It's like creating a highlight reel. Each time you revisit a note, you make it more concentrated, more useful for your future self. Express is where the payoff happens. This is when you take those distilled insights and turn them into something, a presentation, a decision, a document, an email for your team. Everything you've captured and organized becomes raw material for creation. Now here's the research that explains why it works. A study published in Current Directions in Psychological Science examined cognitive load theory, how our working memory processes information. The research confirmed that working memory has severe limitations. It can only hold about 3 to 5 items at once and loses information within seconds if it's not reinforced. The study found that when we try to process too much information simultaneously, what they call extraneous cognitive load, learning and performance suffer dramatically. The solution? External systems that reduce cognitive load by storing and organizing information outside of working memory. This frees up mental resources for deeper thinking and problem solving. That's exactly what code does. It removes the burden of remembering from your brain and puts it in your trusted system. Here's how to implement it in 4 steps. First, choose your capture tool and use it religiously. Pick one app, Notion, Apple Notes, Google Docs, doesn't matter which one. What matters is that whenever you encounter something worth keeping, it goes there. Every time, no exceptions. Set it up on your phone and computer so there's zero friction. When you're in a meeting and someone says something useful, you capture it immediately. Reading an article with a great framework, capture it. Listening to a podcast during your commute, pull over and capture that insight. One system, every time. Second, organize using PARA. Projects, areas, resources, archives. Projects are things you're actively working on with a deadline, like Q1 budget presentation or hire a new designer. Areas are ongoing responsibilities without end dates, team management, professional development, client relationships. Resources are topics of interest, productivity methods, leadership ideas, archive. Archives are completed projects. When you capture something, ask, when will I use this? And file it there. Third, distill as you go, not all at once. When you first capture an article or note, bold the sentences that stand out. Later, when you need it for a project, spend 60 seconds highlighting the key phrases within those bolded sentences. Maybe add a 2-sentence summary at the top in your own words. You're creating layers. Each pass makes it easier for the future you to extract value quickly. And fourth, express early and often. Don't wait until you have all your notes perfectly organized. Start creating with what you have. Writing a report? Search your second brain for relevant notes and use them as building blocks. Leading a workshop? Pull from your collected insights. Solving a problem? Review past examples you've captured. The act of expressing reveals what you actually need to capture next. It's a feedback loop. The code framework solves a fundamental productivity problem. We consume tons of valuable information, but can't access it when we need it. By capturing what matters, organizing it for action, distilling it to its essence, and expressing it in your work, you transform scattered thoughts into concrete output. Your brain stops being a storage unit and becomes what it's meant to be, a thinking machine. Your move.